Probability. Very important and sure sort question. Now you are lucky that binomial probability distribution it has been deleted. That was the most difficult topic in probability. But another thing that mean and variance that also deleted. Actually, that was one important sure short long question and very easy. That deleted. Last two exercises 13.4 and 13.5. Okay. So probability, you have already idea about these things. Sample space, event, experiment, no, sample point, favorable outcome, favorable outcomes. Okay, all this is, suppose I am tossing a coin. So tossing your record ready. Okay, today you will deposit. Tossing a coin is the experiment. Okay, so what are the possibilities? Head or tail? So head, comma tail. That is head and tail. Okay, once only I have tossed it. So this is the sample space. If two coins have been tossed, then HT, TH, TT, HH. Okay, so this is the sample space. The sample space. And tossing the coin is the experiment. Event. Suppose I am interested in finding how many times H head comes first. And two coins are tossed one after another. Head comes first. So that particular experiment, okay, that is called as event. Okay, and what are the points? Sample. These all are called as sample points. HH is a sample point. This is one sample point. So there are 4 sample points. Okay. So the sample point which is related to your event, that is called as favorable outcome. Okay. And a fair coin is tossed. It is given in the question. A fair coin is tossed, or an unbiased die is rolled. Okay. So unbiased coin or fair coin, what does it mean? What does it mean? That
it can show all the trouble.
it has equally likely outcomes. Equally likely outcomes. Equally likely outcomes. Means in a coin there are two sides, H and T. That H has 50% possibility and T has 40% feasibility. You cannot predict that only H will come or only T will come. But if it is biased, you can predict. For example, head side, you put some weight. You put a small magnet on head side. So how many times you will toss it, you will get tail. Okay, head side will be down, so you will get tail. That's why it is said that experiment is fair experiment. That means unbiased coin or unbiased dice will be taken. Okay, or untempered deck of cards will be taken. Okay, in yours that, playing cards. Okay, there are many people continuously, frequently they are winning lakhs of rupees. Yeah. Because actually they are tempering the cards and they are recognizing the cards. Class 10. Now what is there? Now you have conditional probability. Now you have conditional probability. Let E is an event or getting at least two heads. Okay, probability is the event getting at least two heads. F, let F be another event. F is another event. So getting at least two events. Here, what is the sample space? Sample space will be HHH, HHT, HTT,
TTT, EHH, TTH, so your voice is not audible, sir.
Okay, three coins are tossed or one coin tossed thrice. Then its sample space will be 2 to the power 3. In case of thrice, it is 6 to the power of n. Okay, so so this is the sample space. Now you see what is E here. What is E here? Getting at least two heads. Favorable outcomes in that. At least two means what? Minimum two. It can be more than two also. So I can take HHH, HHT, THH, HTH. Any other? No, this four. Okay. Then F. Let F be another event. First coin shows a tail. Another event. First coin shows a tail. So what are the outcomes? T, TTT, THH, THP,
THT and TTH.
TTH. Okay. So here E is one event, F is one event. Huh? Total sample size is 8. Okay. Number of events, number of sample points in E is 4. Number of sample points in F is 4. Now, what is the probability of E? 4 by 8. Okay. 4 by 8. That is 1 by 2. Probability of F? 4 by 8. 1 by 2. Okay. And now, what is probability of E intersection F? Sorry, first find out E intersection F, then you will find probability. E intersection F. E intersection F is THH.
TH only.
THH. This is A intersection F. So P, PF and this one over. Now the question is, what is the probability of getting at least two heads is 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting first coin at tail? That is also 1 by 2. But the question is, what is the probability of getting at least two heads such that first coin shows the tail? That means one event has occurred. Okay, this is given. This is given. If this one given, then what is the probability of this one? Definitely it will be different now. Because first coin shows a tail means it will not be considered. which one will not be considered? So it will be different. The sample space will be different. We are taking 8, but now it will not be 8, something different. Okay? So probability of the event E, given that F has occurred. Okay, probability of event E given that F has occurred. This is written as P. Okay, E like this we will read. And how we will read? Probability of E given that F has occurred, or E such that F occurred. Okay, so probability of E given F, and this one is equal to probability of E intersection F by probability of F. Okay, probability of E intersection F by probability of F. This is the formula for conditional probability. I will show you how you will get it. You will derive it. Okay, E intersection F by P of F, because one F has occurred means this is occurred. Okay, THH. You know that THH will come in this event. Okay, THH will come in that you know. That's why we have taken this one THH with respect to given condition. Okay, so that means here E intersection F is this is 1. Okay, total sample space is 8. So probability of this is 1 by 8. 1 by 8. And probability of F is 1 by 3. So this is 1 by 4. Okay. So this is the conditional probability. Now, how did you get this one? And you have to write right now.
So P, probability of P by F.
Not by E given F. Actually, you have to read like this: probability of E such that F has occurred. But instead of reading so long here, E given F. F is already, you have got that one. F. Then what is E? Okay. Over. Now. See, probability of E given that F has occurred. Okay. So you have to take that number of favorable outcomes of P intersection F. Okay, divided by number of favorable outcomes of F. Okay, we are comparing. Since F has occurred, F we will not consider. That's the favorable outcomes of E intersection F divided by favorable outcomes of F. So this is N of E intersection F divided by N of F, the number of sample points. Now divide both numerator and denominator by sample space. Okay, number of sample points in the sample space. N of E intersection F by N of S. Similarly, N of F by N of S. Okay, so favorable outcomes of E intersection F by sample space means probability of this one. This is probability of E intersection F. Okay, divided by number of favorable outcomes F by sample space, that is probability of F. P by P of F. Okay, so this is the conditional probability. Probability of an event when given that another event has occurred, and that event must be a subset of the given event, first event. Okay, and the condition is that here one condition is there such that P of F should not equal to G. Okay, PF should not be G. Now, some properties. See, for example, let us take another example. Let a dice is rolled. Okay, E is the event of getting even number. Okay, and F is another event. Okay, getting multiple of 3. So here E will be 2, 4 and 6. Okay, and F is 3, 6. Okay, F is 3, 6. So E intersection F is 6. 6. Okay. Now, probability of E given that F has occurred. Okay. So P of E intersection F by probability of F. Okay. So probability of E intersection F is 1 by 6. 1 by 6. The sample space is 6 now. Sample space is 6. So here only one sample point you are getting. 1 by 6. And probability of F 2 by 6. 2 by 6. This is the conditional probability. But separately if it is asked, this is 1 by 2 and this is 1 by 3. Probability of this event is 1 by 3. This event is 1 by 3 by 6, 1 by 2. See, we are habituated with this one EF, na? Generally in exam question comes there F given E will be asked. Okay, so which is the first event and which is the given event? That one you write properly. Okay, if it is F given E, then this one will be same. Either E intersection F or F intersection F. This will become E. Okay. Properties. Properties of conditional probability. One property is P of E uh, S given E, or probability of E given E is equal to 1. Okay, probability of the sample space given that E has occurred or F has occurred or whatever it may be. Okay, another property, let us do this one. P of S given E. So as for the formula it will be P of S intersection E by probability of E. Achha. S intersection E. S is the sample space, so E only. This is P of E by P of E. This is one. Okay. Similarly, if P of E given SN, E given that E has occurred, so probability of E intersection E by probability of E, and E intersection E is E only by P of E. This is one. Right. See, if there are two events, no, always you keep in mind, given event you take F only. Okay. What is the probability asked, that you will take E. Running out. 10 minutes.
Over, sir.
What? Another property, probability of A union B. And we have two events. Okay. F is another event. So probability of A and B, given that F has occurred. Probability of A union B, given that F has occurred, is equal to probability of A given F plus probability of B given F minus probability of uh, A intersection B given F. Okay, probability of A intersection B given F. Nice. Second. Debasis. Sumit, Nisra, K. Manisha. Okay. Is equal to another one also that P of A given F plus P of B given F. Only this one will come when A and B are disjoint sets. And we are disjoint sets means A intersection B is equal to 5. There is no common sample point between A and B. For example, in a roll of a dice, A is an event of getting even number, B is an event of getting odd number. So in that case, okay, the same thing, but
Not
this one, P of A intersection B given F. This one will be 0. As A intersection is equal to 0. Now let us prove this one. P of A union B given F. Okay. So as for the formula, what will you write? The P of A union B intersection F. This is E now. E given F. E intersection F by F. So this one intersection this one by F. By P of. Okay. Now here we will use distributive law. Okay. P of A intersection F union P of B intersection F. Okay. Whole by P of F. Again, here that law of union A intersection okay. So suppose this is A, this is B. A union B is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. Same. So this is P of A intersection F plus P of B intersection F minus P of A intersection F intersection B intersection F. Got it? Huh? A plus B minus A intersection B. Whole by P of F. Okay. Now let me separate. Let me separate. P of A intersection F by P of F plus P of B intersection F by P of F minus P of A intersection B intersection F. Yeah. All three intersection A intersection F, B intersection F means A intersection B intersection F. Whole by again use the conditional probability A intersection F by P of F. This is probability of
P of A given.
given F. Probability of B given F
P of B
minus
given F.
probability of A intersection B
B by
given
F.
F. Got it? Hmm? So, if A and B are two disjoint sets means A intersection B is equal to 5. So, probability of A intersection B is equal to 0. If A intersection B is equal to 5, number of elements in A intersection B is 0 now. So 0 by anything sample space is equal to 0. So probability of A intersection B is equal to 0. Hence, this one becomes 0. Okay. So this one is equal to P of this one plus this one. or disjoint. Okay. Then tomorrow some more examples we will discuss. Okay, students, thank you. And don't forget to push
Sir.
the video today.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.